by a park where people are gathered for a prayer vigil for Nabra, the 17-year-old who was brutally murdered and found on a pond in Virginia.
My name is I'm the University Chaplain at New York University and the Executive Director of NYU's Islamic Center. We've assembled here today as a very diverse group of people to come and remember and show respects to a 17-year-old girl named Nabra who was beaten to death this past weekend by a baseball bat. A person had confronted her outside of her local mosque as she was leaving from night prayers on the way to go to a diner with a group of her friends. The next day they found her body quite heavily assaulted in a pond close by to where they were.
We heard the news of Nabra as like many people through social media, through just our notifications on our phone, and it was shocking to say the least. I feel like there was the time of Ramadan, we were all fasting, and it literally just took like your heart out of your body. It was deeply shocking, and it was deeply disturbing. And we thought we cannot only mourn, we need to make a movement. We cannot only be sad in our home, we need to gather people around. As sad as we are, we need to project our voices now more than ever, and every single time God has come. And so our CEO, Rana, she immediately created a vigil that will be in 10 cities around the country. Today and the next few days, all honoring Nabra, saying her name, saying all the names that have been affected, Black Muslim women in America.
Wherever I get in, yeah.
And I really hope something comes of it.
Yeah.
There's all of this hate for minority communities. Where is this hate coming from? It's coming from a political agenda. It's not, people don't just naturally hate people. That is not the way that we function. That is not the way we are raised. There's a political agenda that feeds hate into our communities. I need people to think. I need people to think and use their own minds and see people as people. The fact, I don't know how you can do that to a 17-year-old child. You have to completely dehumanize this person to beat them to a pulp with a bat. A child.
Okay, so what do you think needs to get done for stuff like that to stop happening?
Yeah, I think at a more fundamental level, people need to come together and understand the realities of those that are different from them by actually being with them rather than just stereotypes and preconceived ideas and notions. I think on a broader level, there has to be an acknowledgement of real systemic and structural racisms that exist in the country that haven't existed from this past weekend or the past decade, but since the inception of this country that aspired to be a land of immigrants, but in reality afforded complete privilege to white males, gave nothing to women, and black men and women weren't even considered to be a whole person in comparison to their white counterparts. And those ideals laid the basis for what we see today existing on an institutional level that allows for inequities and injustices like this to not only take place, but to be furthered in the reality of their atrocity by categorizing things in ways that we wouldn't categorize them had the victim come from a privileged class.
Because I'm looking around and I see, big people, coming to support. How do you feel about that?
We wanted to make it very clear this was a dialogue between interfaiths. She was a Black Muslim woman, but this affects everyone. Women or not, Black or not, Muslim or not, this affects you on a human basis level, on a human level. And so in all the 10 cities, we're really hoping to have that interfaith dialogue, to have everyone of all ages, races, faiths come out and represent what Nabra represents, was being a good human, someone who just practiced their faith and went about their way. And so I feel very proud for the turnout we have here. There were many people on our Facebook live stream. There are many people commenting, asking how can we help in some way. There is a launch good being donated for funds towards her and her family during their time of need. And so I pray that people keep continuing to know her name, say her name now.
Don't forget, because this is not a single incident. This is happening every day in our country.